And then what did you put in place? And then what did you put in place next? And then did you look for this or did you look for that? Did you invest in this or did you invest in that? I have like 7 billionaires that live in my building. And one of them, every time I talk to him, hey, can we go to dinner? He's 78. He started a company called heritageauction.com. Anybody? The single largest online auction company on the planet. And he's the nicest guy, and his wife Linda is even nicer. And they're like 78, and they're like, let's go to dinner, let's hang out. And all I want to do is ask him 7,000 questions. But one of the points is, you can't do that. You have to just be friendly. You have to, let's get a drink. Do you guys want to go to dinner? Where do you guys want to go? Let's have some fun. What are you guys doing? What are your plans for this summer? What are you guys thinking about? How are your kids doing? How's business? We just talk like that. And then I say to him quietly, what are you investing in these days? And he goes, oh, well, Linda does all the stocks. So if you're interested in that, you should talk to her. I do all the businesses. I go, what does that mean? He goes, I buy all the businesses. And I was like, oh, tell me more. Like, what kind of businesses? And then how do you do that? And do you run them? He goes, oh. Looked at me like I was stupid. He goes, no. I go, well, who runs them? He goes, the people that I buy them from. How do you structure that? He's like, we should have coffee. And I'm like, I'm gonna get you another martini. You with me on this? So this isn't me talking, so listen up. You ready? This is what they're gonna say to you. Why most of you will never be rich? Why most of you will never be rich? The number one thing they said was, most of you will never define what it means. Most of you will never define what it means. You don't have a definition for what it means to be wealthy. And I was like, what do you mean? And then they broke it down. So I'm gonna give you the simple version, ready? They said, how much, by when, and what does it look like? And I go, oh wait, that's like Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. That's definite major purpose. That's the very first chapter. And they all looked at me and they went, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. Here's the formula they all gave me, ready? So you gotta write fast. They said, it's either net worth of X by when. It's either net worth, so my net worth is how much I have in assets minus all my liabilities equals my net worth. So it's X by Y. It's my net worth by X date. They said, that's the easiest one. That's where you always start. They said, but then you realize there's a lot of people that have a lot of wealth, but they don't have any money. I know people that own a tremendous amount of real estate, but only every 10 years when they refinance and pull a bunch of cash out, dividend, all that kind of stuff, they have no cash. Do you guys know people like that? Then they said, the second one is, it's your net worth, which is X by Y. I want to be worth this much money by this date with Z cash flow. With Z cash flow. And I was like, wait, this is really easy. They go, yeah, everything is easy until you actually start to write it down. Until you actually say, this is what I'm committed to. And I'm literally, who has read Think and Grow Rich at least 11 times besides myself? I'm like, this is just definite major purpose. This is all this is. My definite major purpose is, I want to have this much money by this time, and then the number two thing is, and I'm willing to sacrifice this in order to achieve it, right? But then they said, or, for all of us inside this room, listen up. It's your net worth of X by Y. It's my net worth of X by Y with cash flow of Z that covers all my expenses. So I never work again a day in my life for income. And I was like, so you guys gotta get it. I'm talking to one of my mentors he's Yoda. If you met him, first of all, he walks like this. He's got really big ears. He's 84 years old. And thank you. And when we talk and he starts speaking, I always want to grab my phone and hit record, but that would actually be rude. So I never do. So I always ask for permission to take notes. Joe, would it be okay if I take notes? He started a little company called Realtor.com. You might be familiar with it. Right? That was just one of his little ventures. He's 84 years old. I'm with him a couple weeks ago, and he's literally telling me, I'm like, what are you working on right now? He's like, I have 11 1031 exchanges I'm working on right now. I've got all these properties and I'm selling all these houses. He's 84. So I need to find this, and I gotta buy this, and I gotta do this, and I gotta do this, and I gotta do this. And he's at his office in Laguna Beach that looks out over the ocean, and he owns the entire building, and most of that's spot of PCH, and all my friends in Laguna know, also the Hotel Laguna, and. And he's 84. And he said to me, Tom, it's really easy to do if you just write it down, and then you work on it for long enough, you get there. But most people won't even write it down. So let me give you the second one. You ready? I'm not even gonna share all this stuff. Can I tell you my mistake? Noah, you listening? Noah, 20-year-old Noah. Noah, in my 20s, I bought clothes and I went on vacation. In my 30s, I made money and I bought fancy cars and a house and that kind of stuff. In my 40s, I bought businesses, real estate, and created cash flow. And now I'm in my 50s and wishing I started when I was your age. And I'm doing okay. You with me? Fuck cars, screw vacations, sacrifice, top ramen, noodles, tuna, buy real estate. Right or wrong, guys, at 20. And if he does that at 20, you with me? Vincent Kessel, where are you? No Porsche.
I'm recording already.
Then he's like, hey, I'm 20. Hey, Tom, thinking about getting a Porsche. No. He's 20. He did $15 million in sales last year. He's hot shit. I'm like, no, play more pickleball, sell more houses. No, I got it. That was just for you. Okay, number 2. They all said the same thing in a different way, but they all said the following. What you believe about yourself is the only thing that matters. And I was like, what do you mean? And then I think about all my other mentors who would say things like this. Your identity determines your behaviors. How I identify myself determines my behaviors. And you're like, well, what does this have to do with wealth? The answer is everything. I know a lot of people that dream but don't take action. That is someone that has incongruent identity, right? So how many of you worked out this morning? Say aye, yay or nay. Just aye, yay or nay, real loud.
No.
Okay, if you worked out today, regardless of how you felt, you identify as someone that works out every day. If you didn't, you identify as someone that doesn't work out every day. It's that simple. Do you guys get that? Right? So I did my breath work this morning, I did my yoga, I can't go to the gym, all we do is take selfies, I don't get a workout in, so I do yoga in my suite, then I do my breath work, then I do all my shit, and I just get it all done. You wanna know why? Because I identify as someone that wants to live a long time, and I recognize that if I don't have a lot of health and vitality, I'm screwed, and I actually talk to myself like that all the time. So here's what they all said, you ready? This was actually classic. Steve said to me, there's only 3 stories people have in their heads. This is my buddy Steve Azonian. There's only 3 stories. Yes. Tom, there's only 3 stories people have in their head. I was like, tell me, Steve. He said, here's their first story. I always seem to lose everything. Do you know someone like that? Like that's their story. Oh, I invested in this, I lost it all. I invested in this, I lost it all. And this one time I lost it all. He said the second one is, I'm just too risk adverse. I'm just too risk adverse. And he said, and then the other one is like, here we fucking go. Those are the only 3 stories. He goes, you can take 1,000 stories and I summarize them all into those 3 things. And he goes, and all I would ask you to think is, what would it take for you to shift your identity to here we go? Here we go isn't crazy. Here we go is, I'm gonna look in the MLS every single week to try and identify a deal, and I'm gonna make an intention, you might wanna write this down, to every single week identify deals in my MLS, whatever a deal means to you, and then I'm going to email it to my database and say, I identified this property, it's inside the MLS, it's about to expire, here's why I think it's a deal. I've already written an offer on it, let me know if you'd like to partner, you'd like to take it from me, or you want to know why I think it's such a special opportunity. Now I know people that do that every week. One of them is my best friend, he's sitting right over here in the room. He's writing offers every single week. He doesn't buy every property, but he identifies deals and he ties them up, and then you let your database know that you have deals, and then guess what happens? Everyone in your database starts raising their hand and saying, are you the deal guy? I'm interested in deals. Can we partner? People ask me all the time, I find deals, I don't have anybody with money. If you have deal flow and you don't have money, you don't have deal flow. Everybody with deal flow has no problem finding investors. Side note. So write this down, you ready? Small changes to your identity. There's 2 actions I want you to take. Small changes. Write this in your notes. All you need is 2 wealthy people. All you need is 2. Wealthier than you, not by gazillions, just more than you. All you need is 2 wealthy people. Not 5, you know, they say like the 5, you know, you'll be like the 5 people. You're gonna have a hard time finding 5. But you can find 2, and 1 could be in real estate, and maybe 1 just owns a couple businesses. And they're just a step above you. And the second you start hanging out with these people, a step above you, which by the way, guess what they're all interested in? What are they all interested in? That thing that you're really good at, right? So you ready? All you want to do is just get to know, identify a mission for 2023, get 2 people into your inner circle that have done really well at something. Do you guys, have you ever been to Carl's Jr.? Anybody? Carl's Jr.? Do you guys know what that's? Anybody? So I met Carl Karcher, who's actually Carl's Jr. He is the junior. He owns like 265 of these silly little hamburger stands. But he says, Tom, but every single day, each one of those makes X amount, so it's $250,000 in profit to me every single year. I bought one, even though I'm the son, I am the junior. I bought one, then I bought another, then I bought another, then I bought another, then I bought a bunch, then I bought a few more, then somebody was suffering, and I bought a few more, then I went to another state, and I just kept doing that and doing that and doing that. And I'm like, what else do you do? He's like, I don't do anything else. I'm like, it's Tuesday, you're playing golf. He's like, that's what I do. Any ounce of time with someone like that, the person that owns 2 liquor stores in your town owns potentially 1 more business than you do. Does that make sense? So don't go grandiose, just find the person a little bit above you, and I'm gonna give you a little nurture plan. Here's the second one. You've got to join groups, investment clubs, real estate clubs, startup clubs. In your marketplace, there are tens of groups that you can join. You don't want to join 10, and you don't want to walk in there with like 13 business cards and start parading yourself around. You want to go there and be informed, be educated. If I told you the number of events I've been to that were purely around how to buy companies, how to invest in companies, how to structure deals, it's in the tens for me. Tens of different events that I've gone to that said, tell me how you structure deals, how do you finance deals, what are the best ways to do it, what are the biggest mistakes? And through my entire 40s, that was my educational path. I just wanted to buy as many companies as I could, right? That's my